the common denominator that I see with people who have like went through a lot and healed from a lot is that they just took ownership and they just actually like they did that first step. They stepped away from the pain. They said going back, they burned that bridge, right? They said going back is not an option. And for us, like you have to get to that point with certain things in your life, right? Like living a certain lifestyle that has gotten you nowhere, if you want to get somewhere, it can no longer be an option. Like it can't be an option, right? If you're in an abusive relationship that you know is not for you, right? It's not the relationship that God has for you, right? Going back to that relationship, I'm sorry, is not an option, right? But only you know these things, period. And so it has to come to that point where it's no longer an option, right? It's no longer like next time I'm going to do this, next time and next time. Some of y'all been saying next time for the last 3 years. It's just facts, big facts. For the last 3 years, you've been saying next time. When is the last time going to be the last time? That would be the question that I asked you. Don't worry about finding a soul like me. Be the soul. And that's the thing, man. We worry about finding stuff too much. Like, be the soul. Be the soul. Be the change. Be that. And you'll probably attract it. But don't live your life looking, searching, finding, chasing. Like, forget living life like that. That mantra of life is played out to me. I'm chasing this. I'm searching for this. I'm finding this. And don't take it over the top, because I'm sure it's certain things we have to search for. But I just think it's about, as they say, unbecoming, right? It's not about becoming, especially when you're like 30 plus, even 20 plus these days, 40, 50 plus. A lot of times it's not about becoming anything. It's about unbecoming so you can become who you are. Our whole life we have been taught, and I'm not saying that's wrong. This is just my perspective on it. We've been taught search for your purpose, find your purpose. And I think it's teaching us to search for it in the world. A lot of people are looking at I have to do this or do that to have a purpose, or I have to be a speaker to have a purpose, or I have to have a platform to have a purpose. And I don't think that's true. I think you are purpose. I think you were born as purpose. And when I told myself that, I promise you, it changed my whole perspective on life, because I stopped trying to find myself in the world. I stopped trying to find my purpose in a job or in a relationship or in something. And I realized that my purpose was me. God created you for a purpose and on purpose, right? You are purpose. And so people are like, well, how do you figure that? I said, well, okay, if you want to be a person that impacts lives, right? A lot of people say, well, I need to be a speaker. I need to be this, or I need to have this title, and I can live my purpose. And no, you don't. Your life can be used, because if you're a believer like me, our whole goal is to lead people closer to Christ, right? Our whole goal is our life to be used, not in a negative way, but to be used. Use your life to bring betterment or fulfillment or whatever to other people, right? To this world, to bring change to it. You can literally walk outside right now or put down your phone and go speak into somebody's life, period. You can do it right now. You don't need a platform. You don't need a title. You can literally do that right now, right? So what we look for is the avenue, right, for our life to be used the most. Rehab time is my avenue, but rehab time isn't my purpose, right? It's the avenue for me for my life to be used, right? Who knows? Maybe years from now, it might be something else, because, I used to think football was my purpose. When I lost that, I was like, dang, I don't have a purpose in my life no more. Football wasn't my purpose. It was just an avenue for my life to be used. It was a vehicle to lead me here. And that's just the way I look at the word purpose, and I look at purpose. So I think once you realize that you are purpose, right, you begin to have confidence in that, realize I can do anything that God has called me to do and make an impact. And that's just facts, right? So the relationship was not purpose, right? It was not your purpose, period. And a lot of us, we lose relationships, and then we lose ourselves because our identity was just in that relationship. That's it. It's just like a job. It's just like a sport. Our identity is in that. That's our identity. And when we lose it, we lose ourselves, because we think that that's who we were created to do and be. And that's not the case, right? Your identity is you. Your identity is in Christ. Your identity is you as a person, right? And what you're involved in is what you're involved in. And some things are great and some things make you better. I always tell like athletes, sports is not what you do. I mean, sports is what you do. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. Don't confuse the two. So rehab time, even though like I feel like it really is like I just live my life. It is just a reflection of my life. So it's a little bit different. I feel like it is who I am as a person because I just share my life with you guys. But at the same time, it's what I do. You know, it's what I do. Let's get it.